The quest for a good microphone continues. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We have done countless microphone videos on this channel in search of the best, cheapest microphone solution for the average everyday YouTuber, for the average everyday streamer, for the average everyday person who doesn't have super deep pockets to buy the latest and greatest microphone. We've looked at setups as simple as a USB-C to microphone adapter, which you can use a lapel microphone for, and they sucked. The sound quality was horrible. We then moved up to wireless microphone systems that you can get on Amazon for like 20 bucks that have little wireless microphones and a USB-C receiver that plugs into your cell phone or plugs into a computer or even plugs into your iPhone. And those kinda sucked. The quality was not as great as you would hope that it would be. Now, those of you who have watched our live streams, you know that I actually still use those microphones for our live stream, and that's mostly because they are pretty convenient. And with my live stream situation, I'm not looking for perfect audio. I'm just looking for better audio than, not having audio at all. So they are suitable in a pinch, but in a studio setting where you can control so much of your options, it just wasn't for us. We then went on to looking at wireless microphone setups, like legit ones, including the Comica mic system, which was $300. I was so excited to demo that unit, and even that did not deliver very good sound quality. Now, I know you're probably asking, well, Anton, what are you using right now? Because I think the sound is pretty good. You guys can tell me in the comments, is the sound good or could it be better? But let me show you what I do right now, and that is this. This is an old Galaxy S10 cell phone. This is S10 Plus, actually. I got it with a broken camera module on the back, so it was practically free. I did replace the lens cover for the camera module. I replaced the back cover, and this is a perfectly functioning phone. But it sits here all day, just charging, and it has a headphone jack that comes down this string here. And if I stand up, you guys will see the string then goes up my shirt to this lapel mic right here. Now, this, as far as I have found, is the cheapest, easiest audio solution for the average YouTuber. Now, if you're like me and you have a more recent phone that does not have a headphone jack, you would be naturally tempted to try those USB-C adapters, but it just doesn't deliver the same sound quality as a phone that has a headphone jack. I use the standard Samsung audio recording app, and you can see it's just recording away here, and I've already been talking for 4 minutes and 38 seconds. The video is probably not that long because my editor chops it up and cuts out all my mistakes. But all I have to do is take the picture, which is being recorded here, with an Insta360 Ace Pro camera in 8K so that we can get high quality footage so you can see all of the scars on my face, the fact that I haven't shaved in a few days. You see it all in this case, 4K glory. Why do I shoot in 8K and output in 4K? Well, that's a different video for a different day. But when the folks at FIFINE reached out to me and said, we have microphone solutions for you that we think your audience would enjoy, I said, are you sure? Because I'm a bit of an audio snob. And if the audio is not very good, I'm not going to be able to give a very good review, and I would hate for you to send me something that's not very good. They replied back to me and said, seems to be good enough for Linus Tech Tips. And he did. He actually reviewed a lower spec model of microphone than what we have here today. And I gotta say, in the LTT video, for a budget microphone, it wasn't too bad, but I did notice some clipping, I did notice some peaking, and when I compare the audio that they got to the audio that I get with this setup that I just showed you, I don't think it was as good. So I said to the folks at FIFINE, you gotta give me the best shot. So they've sent me this, which is their FIFINE podcast microphone, the K688. Now this is kind of the higher end microphone that they have on their website right now. They do have a number of different colors. We got, I think, black. The box shows that it's black, but I think it's black And they also said, well, Anton, if you're reviewing our microphone, maybe you're interested in this, which is the BM88 wire management boom arm. So I said, well, of course, you know, who doesn't want a boom arm to go with their microphone? So that is the world's longest intro. I'm trying to break a record for the longest intro that keeps you guys actually interested. So hopefully you've, found value in what you've heard so far. We're gonna do an unboxing. We're gonna talk about the features, and I'm gonna actually hook it up and do a side-by-side microphone comparison of what I think is the best setup for the cheapest price versus what might be a new favorite setup for me. So will it be the setup that we're looking for? We're gonna find out right after a word from our sponsor. Auxito provides upgraded LED lighting solutions for your entire vehicle. That includes headlights, fog lights, tail lights, interior lights, marker lights. They've got LED lights for pretty much anything to do with your automotive lighting needs. All of the lights are CAN bus enabled, which means you will not generate any errors on your system for burnt out lights or light failure. Just how good are the Auxito headlights? We had a chance to test them out ourselves on our Chevy Avalanche. Now before, we had very dim, poor night visibility. I couldn't see anything. I can't see where I'm going at all. But with our Auxito headlight upgrade, I was able to see so much further down the road. It gave me all the confidence that I needed to be comfortable towing my trailer and driving at night. Now, some of you are wondering, what about blinding oncoming cars? Auxito headlights match the factory headlight system. So whatever range you had with your factory headlights, you will have the same with this. It's just brighter. So you shouldn't be blinding oncoming traffic. If you are, then you need to adjust your headlights and it will solve that problem completely. But you have so much more visibility to be able to see down the sides of the roads with a much better color temperature and a much more consistent light output. This will resurrect your older vehicle to make it shine just like a brand new vehicle, to where you can see everything that you need to see. The kit includes everything that you need for a basic install, including gloves, zip ties, and the Auxito LED light system. They are some of the brightest headlights that you can get on the market today. I have personally used them in all of my vehicles that can use these kinds of headlights. I've used a lot of different LED systems, and I have to say, these ones seem to work the best for me. Don't forget to use our discount code for 15% off on your next order. And that code can be used multiple times. Share it with your friends, your family, buy multiple sets over and over and over again with that 15% off every single time. There's a link in the description where you can just click it and then order the headlights that you need. Don't forget, they're more than just headlights. They do taillights, marker lights, all of that. First thing we've got to do is an unboxing, see what's even inside this thing, and we're going to start with the microphone. So I gotta say, first off, the box is actually pretty nice. If I go like this, you guys can see kind of the reflective image that's on there, and it's got manufacturer info. It's got a little bit of info on the side here, package contents. It is overall a really impressive looking box. What's inside the box? Well, let's open this up and have a look. First off, now I haven't seen this yet. So we have instruction manual. Obviously, we're not gonna read the instruction manual, but if you wanted to, this looks like it's a full color instruction manual. It shows you how to connect it, how to set it up. Now this is supposed to work without needing to install any drivers. You just plug it in and it works right away. We will cover the actual features of the microphone after we do the unboxing. So you guys will actually be able to see what it does, what it doesn't do, and all of that shortly. Now what is, okay, this is, oh, I lied. They sent me a white one. I'm so happy right now. I had asked for white and they had indicated that it might be black. Ooh, I'm so excited about this white. We're gonna look at this a little bit closer in a second. We gotta see what else is in here. It comes with a threaded copper color. I love the color of that. Can you guys see the color of that? This is a 3/8 to 5-inch adapter for the boom arm. I don't know if we need it. We're gonna find that out. And it's got this USB cord. It does work off USB-C. So it's actually a pretty long cord. If I had to tell you guys, that is 5 feet or 6 feet. It's about a 9 to 10 foot cord. They probably call it a 10-foot cord. It's just a USB-A to USB-C cord, and that's because the microphone has a USB-C port in the back. That is everything that is inside the box. Now let's explore the actual microphone itself, starting with the overall quality of it. It feels like a quality microphone. If I tap it, I think it is plastic. I thought it might be aluminum, and it might be aluminum. I don't want to lie to you guys, but it feels pretty lightweight if it is aluminum, but it's got a very nice glittery kind of white shine to it, which is beautiful. I love that. It is mounted on a shock absorbing system, so there's elastic bands so that when it's mounted to an arm, this will absorb any shock. You won't transfer any sound through the arm to the microphone. So it's nice to see that. On the back, it does have an XLR microphone input, which is your standard microphone connector for pretty much every microphone ever since the beginning of time. So if you have existing equipment that uses standard XLR connections, this certainly supports that. It also has a USB-C port, which allows you to plug it in directly to your computer, your laptop, or your computer, and it will output all of your audio through that. So you don't need to use the XLR connector. The keen observer will see that there's also a headphone port there, and it does have a headphone symbol on there to mark that. And what that is for live feedback. So if you had a headset of some sort on, you'd be able to hear what the microphone was capturing. And it's especially helpful if you have like an off-camera sound engineer so that he can be like, oh yeah, audio's good or audio's not good or whatever. But many podcasters actually have headsets on, and they would be plugged into the feedback loop so that they can hear themselves talk. So if you ever wondered if podcasters had some sort of a God complex where they really enjoy hearing themselves talk, the answer is yes, because they have it piped directly back into their headsets that can hear themselves. There's two volume knobs on here. One is the adjustment for the volume on the feedback loop. One of them is the gain adjust, so you can turn it up or down to get higher microphone or lower microphone input. You can also do that in software, but you can do it on the hardware side. Just know that if you go a little bit too high on the gain and it starts to peak in any way, you will not be able to easily remove that in post processing. Now I do want to see if we can pop this off. Oh yeah, we can. That comes off so easy. Wow. Okay, so it is a directional mic, so you want to have it facing you, but it does have side little screen there that allows the sound to come in from the side, but it's mostly going to work in the front direction. And that's how it seems anyway when I look at this. It is a barrel design, so it'll work somewhat like a shotgun mic. And with this fake dead cat, it's not really a dead cat, it's just a foam covering. But oh man, it fits so good. And the gray and the white, oh, I love it. I love it. On the top, there is a button here. This is the microphone mute button, and it feels like it's not a button. Like it's not pushing. So it must be a capacitive touch button. So you just tap it and it'll mute the mic, tap it and it'll unmute the mic. It's gonna be handy for those of you that are streamers, which will be important in a minute when we talk about the specs. I guess it's time to talk about the features of this. And right off the bat, let's talk about what is it supported on. So this obviously is supported on PC. It's supported on any analog audio equipment that uses that XLR connector, but it also works on your gaming systems, most notably on your PlayStation 5. And that's where that tap to mute might come in handy, because if you're live streaming, you can mute your live stream and talk to just your game chat, or you can mute your headset chat and keep your live stream going with the touch of a button. There are ways to do that all on board on one single PlayStation without using a mixer or PC software. And I show you in a video that I made a long time ago exactly how to do that. So this mic would absolutely be compatible with that setup of having that dual mic setup. And I may look at actually setting this up that way, but I'm mostly looking at using it here on my computer as I do more of like a podcast style videos in the future. Some of the other features are, they have what they call detailed audio output with noise isolation technology, and it includes ambient noise blocking. So it can focus on clean audio output and details of your voice without picking up all the other surrounds. Now, oh man, I hope this thing can deliver on the promises. It feels good. It's not cheap. It's inexpensive, but not cheap. And we'll talk about price in a minute. We already talked about the XLR connection for all of your regular microphone uses, the USB connection for plug and play to your computer. It will work with Mac, PS4, and PS5. They're multi-function keys, so tap to mute button and the gain knob and the volume knobs on the back. Those are actual knobs and buttons rather than like software that you have to do. So that it's nice to have the tactile feel built into that as well. The detachable windscreen, which I called the dead cat, is like I said, it's not really a dead cat, it's just a piece of foam. A dead cat would be a lot more fuzzy than this, but it should block, like you could do like P sounds and something go pop, 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 and we're gonna try it. See what it does when I do that. Now, obviously this is not going to work by itself. It has this mount here, so it's made to mount onto a rig of some sort. You could potentially, if you wanted to, get a desk mount so that you could stand it on here. You'd have to rotate this around, which is not difficult, but you could do a desk mount if you wanted, but we're always gonna do the arm mount. So it's probably time to pull out the arm and have a look. So I'm gonna slide this all over and then we'll do that unboxing on the arm. Then we'll set it all up and we'll get to that test. Now, the arm is a little bit less impressive. It's just an arm, but the box is a plain cardboard box with something printed on it, which says low profile boom arm by FIFINE. Keep leveling up. This is the BM88. There's nothing really else on here to look at, so we'll just unbox it and see what's here. So first of all, there's instructions on here, again, that will show you how to hook it up, connect it, and whatever, in proper Gears and Tech form. We're not gonna read that. And then there's this guy. Now this is designed to have cable management built in. So this part of the arm already, you can see there's holes here, which are designed to feed the cable through. These look like they pop off, feel like they pop off. How do they pop off? See, if I read the directions, it'd tell me, but they just slide down and then pop off. That makes it easier to run your cords through. And then when you're done, you just stick it back on and slide it back up. Both of those would do that. And this is likely our table clamp. And it is. And this is, oh, okay. Okay, this is the part that connects up on the microphone itself, and it's got that beautiful gold color. I love, it's like a brass copper gold color with the white. Oh, I love that, I love that. This is the desk mount. Oh, it's got that elegant style, and I probably no one has ever been that excited about a clamp, a desk clamp in their life. It does seem like it opens quite wide. I don't know what the fastest way to open this thing up is. And my desk is quite wide. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Okay, now we're in business. So, I mean, this is it. There's not much else to know with this until we get it set up. So I think it's time to put it together real quick and then hook it up and test this thing out. Now the next thing to do is just plug this in. I'm gonna use my laptop. Normally I'm gonna be using my PC, but I'm gonna use my laptop now just because it makes it easier to get a recording. And in a second I'm gonna come back. I gotta just get my recording software set up on here so that we can test this thing out completely. Now you guys are wondering, what the heck happened to Anton and who is this super legit streamer / podcaster? Well, here, it's just me. I just had some headphones on so that it looked more legit. But I wanted to test this thing completely. So I've plugged these into the back here so that I can get the full feedback so that I can hear myself talk while I talk to you guys, because I'm vain like that. The first thing to talk about here is I've hooked it up to the computer and I've just plugged it in. There's no drivers to install. I've opened up OBS and I have started recording. Now, throughout the rest of this video, I'm going to cycle back and forth between the FIFINE microphone and my own old kind of janky setup that's been working really well for me, so that you guys can compare the two microphones to say which one you think is better, or if they're the same, or if one's, you know, worse, noticeably worse. First off, I have to say, using the headphones, I have the audio set up. I think it's too high. It's peaking into the red zone, especially when I talk in front of it right here. Like I can see it going red, which makes me nervous. So I want to turn that gain down just slightly. I'm gonna go like that. And if I adjust it, I can, oh no, I'm turning the wrong one. So it can go higher like that, but I can turn it down and you guys can see kind of my peaking audio there. is not going as high. So now it's really too quiet. The beauty is I can turn it up in post to actually increase the audio while maintaining the quality. So it's a nice balance here between getting the right amount built into the microphone without peaking, and then being able to adjust your audio levels as needed. So I'm thinking right here is about where I want it to go. I want it to get into the yellow, but not into the red. I'm still a little bit on the low side here. So I'm gonna go like that, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Oh, that's too far, that's too far. Okay, oh, still too far because I spoke with too much excitement. So I think by now you guys have a good idea of which microphone you like better. You've heard them both as we cycle back and forth between them, but I haven't heard because I'm recording a video and I haven't had a chance to actually just hear what it sounds like. So while we keep cycling back and forth between the two audio profiles, I do want to talk about this arm. So as I move it around, can you hear it swinging, moving, whatever? I don't think so, because I don't hear it in my headset right now. If I bump the table, does it transfer across? I think that did bump across. I can, but I'm not sure. What's it picking up? Is it picking up the vibration from the arm? Or is it just hearing it on the microphone? I'm not sure if it's picking up the vibration. So this is such a sleek setup. I'm super excited about this setup. I maybe tightened that a little bit too tight. As long as it sounds good, I love it. Now, we didn't talk about price yet. The K688 retails on Amazon every day for about $75. Now, there are discounts that can be applied, and I will put a link in the description where you can purchase it if it interests you. That is kind of getting into the expensive range. They do have a cheaper option, and that is the one that I talked about earlier in the video where I said LTT had reviewed it, and I wasn't overly impressed. That one had some high pitch, like the P's, it peaked on the P's. But on this microphone, the feedback on my headphones is that it's not peaking on the P's as badly. So it seems like it's more of a natural sound. But overall for the price, 75 bucks, not a bad price. Now this arm is almost $60, so the as tested unit is gonna set you back around $120 to $130, which I said it's not cheap, but it is inexpensive. So I would say this is the inexpensive range. And as long as the audio is suitable for you guys, then this might be a good solution. The solution that I use normally with the old cell phone, you have to buy the old cell phone if you don't have one, and get the lav mic. The lav mics are like 20 bucks on Amazon. I will put a link for those as well if you like that setup. It is a pretty easy, no-brainer setup. When you're looking to step up your game, this is a phenomenal setup. And I already said it works in your gaming, it works on your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Mac, it works on all of those, and it's so good looking. I just can't get over how good looking this thing is. So let me know in the comments, how good do you think it sounds? Is it acceptable for you, or do you think that my cheap setup is better? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. I'm really glad you guys stayed all the way to the end, because as I'm sitting here editing the video and getting ready to upload it, I realized that the audio is not that great, but it seems like it should be better than it was. So I think I figured out what was causing the echo problem that you guys heard through pretty much all of the samples from this microphone. I have to say, the microphone has been performing flawlessly. In fact, I do like the more natural sounds of my voice versus the cheap option that I've been using so far. So I may strongly consider flipping to this kind of a format, but I wanted to give you guys an actual playback of this microphone before you go making your decisions. And for those of you who are wondering, I will explain it. You see, I was using this headset here plugged in to the monitor output. That headset has a microphone on it as well, and I think that microphone was picking up audio too, and it was creating that echo effect. So you're actually getting the audio from the flipped up microphone and this microphone. So this audio that you're hearing right now is the true audio to consider when you're thinking about getting a microphone like the FIFINE mic that we reviewed in this video. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group.
That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.